Ligt and Mazraoui, price agreed, and wow, what a bargain it is. Hopefully we can get it over the line very soon, and it looks like we will, as a big boost is coming because Bayern Munich are going for Tar, and they cannot buy Tar until Ligt is sold, and they're closing in on a deal for Tar. We're closing in on a Wan-Bissaka exit, but could Inter Milan hijack that deal? What is the latest on Ugarte, the loan deal, the situation there? What is the latest on Man United's midfield plan, as two midfielders are the goal, with McTominay and Ugarte and Eriksen set to be sold? Other news, other plans for Garnacho. The João Neves deal is official. He is a PSG player, and some changes in United's plan. Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football, and welcome back to your 10-minute Manchester United roundup, where every evening I round up all the latest Manchester United news into a 10-minute video. So all the news that comes in the late evening and all the news that comes out throughout the day that I may have covered in live shows earlier that are just really credible, to give anyone who just misses my live streams earlier or doesn't have much time just to get a 10-minute roundup every day in the evening. So subscribe for that. But look, I wasn't live earlier today, so I've got to get through this news in 10 minutes, and there is a lot. So let's get into it. Buying values to Ligt and Mazraoui at a combined 55 million. United's bid has fallen below that valuation. De Ligt 40 million, Mazraoui 15 million. That's a fair valuation. I mean, we'll obviously bid under. We'll probably bid, 48 million for the both of them and see if what we can do. But 40 million for De Ligt, 15 million for Mazraoui. That is a good deal. That's a good valuation. I mean, I think we just got to go and pay that. If we can get a deal for 50 million for the both of them, fair enough. If we can get a deal for 50 million plus add-ons for the both of them, fair enough. But I think that's a very fair price, and I think that is a bargain. I have to say, walking away from 70 million Branthwaite and getting De Ligt for 30 million less, who's an experienced player. I know he's not left-footed. That is Ashworth genius as well. And that's about United being efficient in the market, because you could get Mazraoui and De Ligt for less than Branthwaite. It was said United's plans was always to pursue further defensive additions, and the formal contact with Bayern has not been prompted by Yora's injury, and we always knew United were planning to sign two centre-backs this summer, although I thought it depended on Lindelof's sale, but with Ugarte potentially available on loan and the funds not needed to go elsewhere, it might not. Although there is a feeling Lindelof will be sold. United remain interested in Branthwaite, who can play at centre-back and left-back, although Everton's valuation of more than 70 million is providing problematic. I think the fact that we're putting in bids, and if you are not aware, David Ornstein confirmed we put in a bid for Mazraoui and De Ligt earlier today that was rejected. The fact that we're putting in bids for both players, particularly De Ligt once we've got Euro in, I think that says that Branthwaite is off, but I do think we might make a 55 million take it or leave it bid to Everton for Branthwaite, saying you've got to take it or leave it because we're going to buy De Ligt. And if we're going to get Branthwaite for the price we want, that's what we'll do. What else has been said on De Ligt and Mazraoui? Rob Dawson said Manchester United have been able to table a significant offer to Bayern because of the growing confidence that Aaron Wan-Bissaka will complete a move to West Ham. I said this earlier in my video. I said the fact that we're making bids for both Mazraoui and De Ligt says to me they're very confident that Wan-Bissaka's gone. It's set to be finalised. He's already reached an agreement with West Ham, and they're probably confident that McTominay could go, because we obviously got news come in that McTominay's agreed to a West Ham move. Not West Ham, a Fulham move. It was said Manchester United view the pursuit of De Ligt and Mazraoui as very much a market opportunity this summer, and the cost of the deal presented was considered appealing. United is still hoping to strike a deal with Bayern, but are unlikely to offer a marked uplift on what they've already been given. It is clear Mazraoui and De Ligt are no longer wanted in Bavaria and been told they can leave. So United are hoping to get a deal because it's been made clear you can leave the club, you're no longer wanted, you're no longer in our plans. And Manchester United think, well, if Bayern Munich want to get rid of these guys, well, we could probably get them for a good price, probably a good fee. Apologise if there was a little bit of a lag spike there. Let's get into the next story. It was said the possibility of De Ligt departing this summer, De Ligt and Mazraoui departing this summer, is Mazraoui 90%, and I think that is because Wan-Bissaka's sale is, I don't want to say essentially done, but it's like essentially expected to happen and be done, and De Ligt 70%, just because De Ligt is a bit more costly. And that was said by Florian Pletty Berg, who's a very, very good Bayern Munich and German journalist. It was said that Bayern Munich and Bayer Leverkusen are now closing in a deal for Tar, while Matthias de Ligt's move to United will need to be completed first. Tar's expected to join Bayern if it happens. So there's a bit of a domino effect happening. Wan-Bissaka agreed to join West Ham. We're now making bids for both Mazraoui and De Ligt, and Bayern Munich are now closing in on Tar. Wan-Bissaka sold, we get De Ligt and Mazraoui, Bayern Munich get Tar. The fact that Bayern Munich will not get Tar unless they sell De Ligt. So the fact that they're now moving and closing in on Tar says to me they know they're going to sell De Ligt. We're going to get Mazraoui and De Ligt. Here we go, very soon. Bish, bash, bosh. Continuing on. It was said Inter Milan have hijacked Wan-Bissaka's proposed move to West Ham. An agreement with West Ham and Manchester United is moving closer for Wan-Bissaka. United value him at 15 to 20 million. West Ham are still working on the total agreement with Manchester United to finalise the deal for Wan-Bissaka. So, it's been said Wan-Bissaka to West Ham is moving closer. West Ham are working on the final things. West Ham want to get for 10 million. We want to get 15 to 20 million. I think we will. He's already agreed to join West Ham. 30 Insider is saying that Inter Milan have hijacked the deal. This is either one, a Man United brief to try and scare and hurry up West Ham into giving them the 15 million and stop faffing about 10 million, because Wan-Bissaka is easily worth 15 million. Stop faffing about, because when United pay out the 15 million or Milan can come in. United want to get Mazraoui and Ligt over the line. They don't want Ligt to fly out. They want to get that done. They want to get that done quick. So they're just saying West Ham, stop mucking about, get it done. And it's come out from Footy Insider. So I don't know if Inter are going to hijack the deal. I think it's very far along, but I think if West Ham faff about and it drags, then there is potential as well. But I think West Ham want to get that done. I think they want to get business done. He was also said there's a lot of stuff coming out of the Ligt. I haven't even got to the midfield news yet. On Matthijs de Ligt by Florian Plettenberg. I've never seen such a real feeling from Bayern fans in terms of a decision. De Ligt is famous in the locker room. He's famous in the stands, giving good interviews and a leading figure. He's a classy defender. He's good for header goals and tackling. He said he doesn't know why Bayern is trying to sell De Ligt. He says, this is something I don't understand. So all the Bayern Munich fans and people around Bayern can't believe they are selling De Ligt. So let's get into the more stories. Erik ten Hag was asked if injuries will massively change the transfer plan. He said, no, it will not change anything. We have a plan and we will execute the plan. We have that in our mind, so we will continue with this. Now, what is the midfield plan? Because Man United may want to bring in 2 midfielders, which I think if sales happen, they would. Personally, I think both Casemiro and McTominay would have to be sold for 2 midfield signings coming in. But let's have a read. Manchester United aims to strengthen their midfield, irrespective of player sales, actively pursuing loan deal for Manuel Ugarte. Ineos is keen on overhauling the midfield, and should Eriksen, McTominay and Mazraoui be offloaded, a second midfield signing remains a possibility. The club is exploring a deal for Amrabat, while also considering Zubimendi and Fofana, Fabian Ruiz and Anton Stach. Now, realistically, Ugarte and Amrabat, 2 midfield signings is probably what I would guess is going to happen. But any of those other options, I would love. Zubimendi, Fofana, Fabian Ruiz and Anton Stach, I would take over Amrabat. Anton Stach stinks of Vivel. That's a Vivel signing. That's a clever signing, because I've not watched a lot of Anton Stach. I haven't. And I'll have to watch more of him if we do get more reliably linked to him. But off the ball, in terms of the profile we need and what he brings off the ball, I think he'd be a really good partner for Kobbie Mainoo, just because when you look at what we need off the ball, he's got that. Zubimendi's fantastic on the ball. Fofana's great, but I think he can do the job of value for money. Fofana's one of the best deals out there. Fabian Ruiz is a fantastic player, but he's more of an advanced 8. He's a more of an 8. Zubimendi's more of an 8 that can play as 6, but Zubimendi can play 6. Fofana can play 6. Ruiz can play 6, but he is more of an 8 than Zubimendi Fofana. I think Anton Stach, in terms of Kobbie Mainoo partner off the ball, would be unbelievable. So that is a Vivel Ashworth kind of thing, because that's a sort of a new name that could be available for a good price. Now, what has been said on McTominay's exit, and this is a recap from my video earlier today, is that there's confidence an agreement can be reached between Fulham and Manchester United for McTominay. There's a feeling that Manchester United would be willing to do business with Fulham for McTominay for about £25 million, and Fulham are progressing in talks with the belief that McTominay is open to the move. So yeah, that's sort of what's been said on McTominay, just to round that up, but I don't want to go on about that for ages. It was said by Duncan Castles that Man United made a £42 million offer for Ugarte, and PSG is selling they will not sell the player, they want at least £50 million. If we made a £42 million offer for Ugarte, that means there's funds there. If we've made an offer for De Ligt, Mazraoui and Ugarte, then there's funds there. But apparently we're trying to get Ugarte on loan, but that's one to keep an eye on. It was said that PSG are willing to accept loan deals for Ugarte, as we covered earlier, and McTominay being sold could help us do an Ugarte deal. But we're not going to pay $50 million that PSG want, because we know that PSG needs to take a loss on a guy that they want to sell after one season, because it's not worked out. In terms of Garnacho, it was said that Van Nistelrooy has been tasked with elevating Garnacho's game to a new level, with Man United confident there's further quality to be unlocked, which is interesting because Ruud van Nistelrooy and Garnacho haven't met yet because Garnacho was on holiday, but I'm sure that when Ruud van Nistelrooy is back, he will work with Alejandro Garnacho. Interestingly, on other news, it was said that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is poised to make Kobbie Mainoo the new face of Manchester United. Jim believes that Mainoo embodies the values, aspirations of Manchester United outfit, and is convinced that making him the face of the club will inspire a new generation of fans and players alike, while also boosting the club's public perception. The process will involve significant public relations and marketing efforts, showcasing Mainoo's journey with United and his rise within the England national team. Hopefully Mainoo keeps up. Hopefully Mainoo becomes the superstar player he can be. And I really like this project youth of Højlund, Ahmad, Maino and Garnacho now being untouchables. It was said that Ahmad is expected to be given a bigger role. They haven't made a decision on Collier, but he's expected to potentially get minutes. But I think if we sign one midfielder, Collier gets minutes. If we sign two midfielders, then maybe a Collier loan will be explored. It was also said that Benfica have completed a deal for Jam Neves. That is official, which may speed up the Ugarte deal. I do think these next few days are going to be massive. Ugarte, Ligt, Mazraoui. I think there's going to be a lot of movement. But that is the end of your 10-minute roundup, and I actually managed to keep that to around 10 million, which is brilliant because there was a lot of news to get through. Guys, please hit that like button. Of course, subscribe down below on your way out, as I do these 10-minute roundups pretty much every evening, unless there's just no news or I did a breaking news show a little bit later in the day. Thank you for watching. Bye.